Hello everyone and welcome back to another Stormworks video. Now in this video we're going to show you my new ROV that I created for the cameras and screen update that we got a couple of weeks back. Now we'll go over both parts of the ROV, we'll get into the components that I use and also a little bit of the reasoning behind I use those components, and finally we'll go and do a quick test dive here in Stormworks to obviously show you how the ROV works. Now if you're enjoying this video, comment below and anyone else like to see any of my future videos. While there, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and remember to hit the little bell icon to be notified in my upcoming content as soon as it gets posted. So all said, let's get straight into it and show you the ROV. So to get started, I've gone and spawned the ROV and also the control station, and we'll be going over the actual control station first and then we'll move to the actual ROV just now. Now you can see the actual station itself, I designed it so that you could actually implement it on your own creation and literally just copy and paste it. That's simple. That's why I've gone and just kind of built it almost like a room, so you can see this is where you just plonk it down into a separate room as you want, with a wall carrying along. At the back here we have a couple of the components, one huge microprocessor, along with that is some of the video antennas, some wind stuff, and also a couple batteries in there, and also the main antenna over there. A little bit of decal obviously on the side and some paint blocks just to make it look pretty decent. Now the actual station itself, we'll get into the controls in a couple minutes. We have one of the large screens over here with a simple pilot seat and some lights. Now the lights do get activated as you go and sit down. We've used a player sensor in the seat to obviously activate those lights. Those are spotlights at the lowest possible lighting RGB value, at least, to get these nice red lights that look quite cool. Along with that is we have a couple screens. We have our info warning here saying please turn on the power of the actual drone before you use the station, because you'll see in a couple seconds why. Now as far as controls go, I'm going to get the main screen on. Along with that is we'll get the drone stats on and also the map position, and we also get the power on. So you can see we've got the power on. Obviously nothing coming up on screen because I haven't turned the power of the drone on yet. Now going over the controls, on the left hand side on the screen we have all the radio frequencies and video frequency strengths here. So obviously as we have the strengths of the different things, you can see as we jumped out, sorry, the lights gone off. But moving on, you can see obviously we have our different strengths there. 100 for the radio, and obviously the video all 0 because we have no power on the drone at the moment. Along with that we also have the stats, battery, we have the generator watts, we have depth, our target depth, throttle, knots, we also have our camera pitch, pivot, and also zoom on that side. Now getting back in here, we have a couple of different things. We have our arm controls and slash to our camera controls. We can use our WS left and right to control different things. We also have our left arm ASA. We do have lasers on both of those arms. We'll show that in a couple of seconds. Our battery, camera zoom and out, previous screen, next screen. So we have 3 different screens here. As you can see here, obviously nothing's coming up because the drone is off at the moment, but we have one front camera on gimbal. We also have another normal fixed front camera, and then we also have a rear camera. Along with that is we have the floodlights, so we can actually turn the floodlights on. They're pretty bright, you'll see them in a couple minutes. We have the stabilization systems, which is pretty much auto depth system. Goes and stabilizes the drone itself, so it's always level. Along with that we have a extension for the arm, we have a laser, wind speed, time, and then we have the map on the other side so we can see the map of the drone itself. Now moving on to the drone, before we go and turn it on and actually have a look at both the stations here and the drone itself, we start with the drone. Pretty cool small little thing, nothing too big. As you can see the size of my player compared to the drone, it's not a huge one, but it is pretty cool. The amount of stuff that I managed to fit in it I like, at least. We have 2 propellers at the back. Along with that quite a few spotlights going around, some batteries, some electric engines, propellers underneath there. We have the video antennas, we have some fins there, we have the rear camera. Along with that is we have some controls here, so you can see we have our stabilization gauges, we also have generator output, a battery, we also have our power on, power off, and also our lifting mags that are at the top there. Now moving along, there's not much else. We have our front arm, so we have the right arm, which is just going to be over here, extends out and in. Along with that it has a laser sensor. We also have the right one, which goes up, down, left, and right. Doesn't extend, but don't need it, I think, at least. We also have a maggle on that and or maggle on that one. Some more lights, the front camera which is fixed, and we also have the gimbal camera. We have a big generator underneath there. We have some lights that actually face downwards when the drone is turned on, tilt sensor and a speed sensor in there. So there's quite a bit of things on here. At the top there we have a little light and then the lifting mags at the top. Nothing really else going on there, nothing special. It doesn't have any air pockets in there. It's not sealed anywhere, so it does sink straight down to the ground floor as soon as you place it down, so you need to be careful using it, and I'll show you how that works in a couple of minutes. Along that we also have a lifting adapter over here, so we go from 1 to 4, so make sure it always goes straight on. That's pretty simple. We just have the mags and we also have the crane, and then we would need to go and do the same thing on this side. Just make sure we have the lifting mags on and the power on really, and that's just for simple lifting use cases there. Now going down, I have another drone spawned down here as I do with the mission. I usually recommend using the mission for this instead of spawning in both the individual pieces. Once again, it's up to you. Now going down here, you can see we have the drone spawned in. What I'm going to do is just get the power on, and you can see here nothing has really happened. We've just gone and turned the power on. That's all we need to really worry about. Now we can go back to our control station just over here, and we can surely be able to go and see everything that's on the screen now. So you can see we do have something on the screen as we move on to different sides. We have our front camera, we also have our rear camera. Now going on to the gimbal camera here, if we use our up and down, you can see we can actually rotate the camera around and see different things. Now you can't see that much now because we don't have any lights on, so let's go and get the floodlights on. Now we have quite a few lights on, and if we move our camera out, you can see the amount of lights that I've gone and put on this actual drone is quite a bit, and they're all spotlights, so they're pretty cool. Now along with that, we can also zoom in and out, so if we want to see a little bit more, that's quite nice. We have a couple other things we need to get on, so we need to get our stabilization system on, so you can see as we've done that, it's gone and stabilized there in the water and should be going to a target depth of -1. Okay, so the next thing we can do is we can obviously use our hot seat controls, which is going to be 2 to increase the depth. Also we have 3 to decrease. We have left arm mag, right arm mag, and then we have a couple other things for left and right of the drone, and then we also have our throttle, which is going to be a couple of different cool things there. Now to get started, what we're going to do, you can see we have the drone right here. I'm just going to go and put down our depth, so we'll go a little bit deeper, so we're going to use 3 to go a little bit deeper, and I'm going to obviously start turning it and increasing our throttle all the way up. So you can see here our throttle's gone up to 20, and we're now moving along. If we move to third person, you can see the drone going along there. Let's get a little bit deeper here. Our target depth is -3 now, so we should be going a little bit under the water. There we are, going under the water perfectly nice and stable, guys. As you can see here, this thing is very stable, really nice and easy to use. You don't have to do much, but yeah, it's now just carrying along. As you can see here, we have it on the screen. If we move it along, get it out of the dock area, we should be able to start seeing the actual ocean floor. And there we have the ocean floor bits. And now we can move around. As I said, we can go a little bit deeper. So keep on pressing 3 and we'll just keep on going down and keep diving and diving and diving. Now this will actually last quite a long time. I've used one of the little glitches in the electricity to get it to last for infinity, but once again that might get patched soon, we don't know. But otherwise, pretty cool little drone. As I said, you can play around with the camera controls as you want, move it left and right, and obviously zoom in and out as you feel fit. Along with that is we've got the lasers. So you can see here we have the left arm and we have the right arm laser. Now those are meant to just be to help you when you're trying to obviously lift things. So if we were to go down a bit here, and let's decrease our throttle. So I'm going to get our throttle all the way down, and there we go. Let's get it to about -1.2. We should then be steady, and we shouldn't really be moving much unless I go left and right. Now you can go and use the switch arm control. Now doing that will go and switch it your left and right to actually go and control this arm, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously you can toggle the mags as you feel fit, and you could go and lift some things off the ground. So if it was some crates or some objects that you need to go and rescue off the ground floor, I think that's a nice little cool thing, and you can recover it and just leave it stuck there. Along with that, we can obviously go back to our camera. So you can see our camera has reset, so you do need to go and change it once again to however you want. So I'm I'm going to go back here. Along with that, you can also use our up and down of the arm on the right hand side. So you can see that's going left, that's going in and out. That's if you want to just go and grab things. Hence the reason why I've got the laser sensor, so you know where you are going to be grabbing things from. Now, along with that, what else do we have on here? There's not really much else we can talk about. That's pretty much all the things there. There's anything else fancy that the thing can actually do. It's pretty cool for missions, or at least I think it is. And I don't really, or at least I haven't really seen this being done before in the scale that we have it done in, or that I've built it in. Now, I'm sure there are some other examples on the workshop. Please do obviously comment below and give me some links of those, and I'll go check them out. But otherwise, let me know what you think of the creation. I think it's a really cool one. As I said again, it took me a while to get done and obviously figure everything out in such a small package. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of it. If you want to see some more creations like this, or any other suggestions of new creations you'd like me to build. So I think we'll go ahead and end today's video over there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and found it something entertaining and informative as always, and you enjoyed seeing the ROV, and we'll see you in the next one.